Hey YouTube, what's up? It's my weekly video of WoW news. All right. First things first, WoW Weekly Season 1 Midnight Tier Sets Patch 12.0.5 and WoW Ambassadors. Posted 3 days ago. We're going to get into that. So, this week in WoW, Blizzard previewed the Midnight Season 1 tier sets, which, by the way, most of them look like crap. And yeah, let's see. And most of them look like crap. The Hunter one looks okay. There's some of them there. The Rogue one looks stupid. I don't know what that's supposed to be there, but yeah. Yay. Cool. All right, to grab onto stylish but fierce PvP and PvE sets. Hunter one looks okay. In the next content update, which we're doing today, servers aren't up yet. They're bringing more activities, building on the story, adding more loot. I'm not a gear treadmill person, so it doesn't do much to me. Um, so there's decor duels and more blah 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 blah. Head over to previously published article for details about Void Assault ritual sites, Void whatevers. Void Assaults, which is, I guess, things that email. Void strikes take part in Eversong Woods. Weekly rotation, incursions, larger scenarios occur when void strikes have been completed. Hmm. Basically, it's going to be, things that happen in the zone you're in, and then you do them, and then something else happens. Cool. So there's a hide and seek game in Silvermoon City, apparently. Abyss Anglers. Dive deep into the shimmering waters of Zulamon's rugged coast. Schools of Exotic Swarm. In a new repeatable event, Abyssal Anglers. Team up to spear as many as you can and track up points. Track points to unlock fishing rewards. Okay. Um, well, there's a fishing thing. That's really cool. I didn't know that was here. So you can earn dive equipment upgrades and cosmetics. Okay, maybe they'll offer some fishing stuff for the home. Portal Room. WoW Portal Room is officially World of Warcraft Discord server and your gateway to connection. A team of WoW ambassadors representing partnered community Discord servers is ready to meet you and help you with finding a space that fits your needs. I don't need a space. I have my own space called YouTube videos. That's a lot of stuff. German only, blah blah blah. WoW Kia, one of the largest WoW housing communities. So someone took IKEA and made WoW Kia. It's fine. Um, a monthly event sponsored by partner Discord WoW Kia. So I've seen a couple of their videos on YouTube, and it's fine if you're into that. All right, next thing is 8 easy midnight mounts to add to your collection. Um, the Shred Claw, which I've gotten, the final clutch of Predaxis. It's a cave. Cobalt Dragonhawk. Um, uh, so in Eversong Woods, you just farm Eversong rares and treasures, and you can get their Dragonhawk. Escaped Wither Bark Pango. So you farm rares in Zulamon, and you can get that thing. Cool. Mounts from currency farms. Elder Glowmite and the Vivid Clocorius. Cool. Echo of Ashran. Midnight has this fairy added another Cloud Serpent. Uh, Collecting the required materials will come passively while doing other activities. And Herendar. Ugh, I don't like Herendar. Visit this Kearney guy. You want to get, you shouldn't take too long and will allow you to collect a new, there's a little quest line from Curry, which will allow you to collect mysterious sky shards. You need 500 of them from killing anything, doing your dailies, killing anything, and then return to this person to throw them into the pool. And Shran will be flying on the outer edge of the zone and can now be interacted with. Doing so will reward the mount and give a feat of strength as well. What a weird looking What a weird mount. It's like yellow and blue. I don't think the other side turns blue. It just stays yellow. Okay. Odd looking. Silver Moon's Arcane Defender and Arcane Guardian. It's cool. Mounts. All right. Well, there's some mounts you can get. I may go get this Cloud Serpent, but it still isn't going to look as cool as the one I got. Midnight Hot Fixes 3 days ago. Marl Decor cost reduction, class bugs and fixes. So they fixed the Death Knight, Demon Hunter, Druid, Evoker. I think we read this before. I think maybe. Um, maybe not. Significantly reduce the prices of decor that are sold for Voidlight Marl. That's pretty cool. More email. Um, Creative Battlefield goods should now contain gear that disenchants into more relevant materials. Hmm. Maybe we didn't read it. But okay, so they fixed a few things um, with Death Knight, Unholy, Devourer, Demon Hunter, and Druid Guardian, and Resto Druid, and Evoker Preservation. Um, cool. Or lure speaker can sometimes summon an incorrect number of. Okay, so this is This is that weird Norlac person. Magister's Terrace. There's an issue where the Arcane Magister's polymorph is Nature School instead of Arcane. Okay, well, I think it's good that they reduced the prices on decor items and avoid light moral. Drakthir automatically switch forms and combat with Battle Visage. Um, Drakthir gaining the ability to dynamically switch between Draconic and Visage forms mid combat. Uh, so it automatically change characters into Draconic form when using spells that require it. Before swapping back to the regular form, it's stupid, you know. I'm sorry. The Drakthir people would have been great if you would have made them actual dragons where they walk and, on four legs like the other dragons and such. I think everyone would have been one if you did that, but oh well. Class tuning incoming for season 1. Also posted 3 days ago. All right. This is a posted class tuning that will give season 1 starting in March 17th, which is today. Updated for additional tuning announced on Monday the 16th, which was yesterday. Future Days Midnight max level play has given us data and feedback needed to make our first tuning pass. Blood Deathbringer's Reaps mark damage increased. So they increased a bunch of stuff for Blood Death Knights. They all damage reduced from Unholy by 20%. That's shit. But Epidemic damage increased by 10 and Virulent Plague damage increased by 15. Devourer Hunter, all damage dealt is reduced by 4. Havoc had their damage increased by a lot in a lot of their stuff. Vengeance, all their damage is increased. Looks like they got a big increase in damage too. Balanced Druid, all damage increased. Of course, that's not applied to PvP combat. So it looks like yeah, 2-piece bonus, increase shooting stars damage by 40%. Okay, so they went down to 40. So they got a little bit of a buff. Feral. All damage down increased by 6. Hold on, guys. Rake bleed damage increased by 20. Rip damage increased by 10. Swipe damage increased by 10. So it looks like they got a damage increases. Frantic Frenzy damage reduced. They fixed the bugs causing Frantic Frenzy to hit 6 times instead of 5. So they fixed it a little bit. But I mean, they got an increase and such. All right, Guardian. They did. I'm just not. All healing reduced by 6% for restoration druids. That sucks. All right, survival. Beastmaster. Barb shot damage dealt increased by 35%. Cobra shot damage increased by 100. Wow, they doubled it. So Beastmaster got a pretty good amount of, well, not a pretty good amount, but some increased damage. Um. And then survival got increased stuff. Let's see. I guess everybody got a lot of their stuff increased. Hmm. Penance damage and healing increased. Subtlety rogue damage increased. Oh wow, so only thing they did is subtlety stuff is increase their oh no, they black powder damage reduced. Okay. Wow, they didn't touch affliction warlock at all. Warrior they touched some. All right. I'm not gonna do one of the PvP stuff because we're not interested. So a lot of stuff did get increases. All right. Dragonflight LFR raids returning. Okay, so they're going to be able to do any of the um, LFR raids for Dragonflight. I didn't know they were taken out. Hmm. Ugh, that looks like a gross one. I don't like that mount at all. Dragonflight raids can contain a lot of extra goodies like these. Players having a way to queue for LFR Dragonflight raids again. It's a convenient way to get these 3 mounts. Hellforged, no picture, and embodiment of blazing. So that's a fire one. I mean, I guess that's okay if you're interested in that. It's fine. All right, Voidlight moral costs for housing decor significantly reduced. So let's see, collectors. So we're going to rejoice that they've lowered it. Produced by principal designer early this morning. These changes are already live with many items reduced by 80% and most expensive ones reduced by that. Ooh, spam. Let's see. So small stuff you might want is 150, medium 250, biggest things are 500. Okay. But Vicini discount only appears to apply to decor items, while one-time purchases such as gear, cosmetics, and collectibles still retaining the original pricing. Well, that's cool that they decreased some of those decor issues. Yes. Y- Okay, that's fine. So they've decreased a lot of the decor items that are on there. I'm making a video at the moment. Yep. So the Amani wind collar is still 8,000. So they've done a few cosmetic items for decor that is reduced. So that's pretty cool. New patch 12.0.5 splash screen, the Void Forge, Decor Duel, and Lingering Shadows. Sorry, I'm not really interested in a Decor Duel. Really not. Oh boy. Additionally, the new Decadrill prop hunt activity on the Midnight campaign continues. I'm not interested in the campaign. I did the campaign and it was a slog. Okay. Such as the expansion reveal and indicate 12.0.5 may release sooner than players expected, according to the roadmap. Sometime in the early spring. Hmm. Okay. All right. Steady Fight no longer requires Pathfinder achievements. Wow. Why require an unlock in the first place? Questing through Azeroth has always had a complicated relationship with flying. That's not complicated. It's Blizzard. Y'all hate flying. I remember your flying escapade before. You know, you guys hated flying and you wanted everybody not to do it, and you lost like 3 million people because of it or something. And you finally came to your senses and made people wait over half an expansion in order to get flying in the first place. Anyway, well, without flying, players fight their way through the enemy stronghold. Uh, all right, so that's it. Players, let's see. Happy to share that with the hotfix that is now live, Steady Flight and Midnight and War Within Zones will no longer be unlocked by those expansions. In fact, any player character who can use skywriting can now use Steady Flight with no additional unlock required. This is kind of, when was this posted? 4 days ago? Okay, I missed that. Why require an unlock? With flight, the player bypasses all risks, drops right in on top of the target's head, kills the target, and then flies away. Yes, the quest is completed much more efficiently, but the shortcut reduces the challenge. I'm sorry, but I don't play this game for some huge challenge that wants me to sit there and play the game for 10 hours, okay? Just to get a level or something. Players love their mounts, love it being efficient, and love seeing the world from above. So Flight has stuck around. Flight only stuck around because you, Blizzard, decided that you don't want to lose any more people. Different expansions have handled rule sets differently, but we've generally sought compromise in the form of your first time through the game, your flight capabilities are limited. Then after you've explored and drag flying, we introduced skywriting, also called dragon riding back then, unlocked very early. Um, Steady Flight was restricted until players completed a Pathfinder achievement added during patch 10.2, and that has been the paradigm we've followed until now. Skyride while leveling, Steady Flight available later. Why skywriting was introduced, was only available in the Dragon Isles. It was built and intended for experienced players through level 60 and higher, hence the complex vigor economy. Since then, as they've adapted, skywriting became a more universal way of traversing Azeroth. While it is faster, I will say that, it's no longer appropriate to think of it as an endgame feature. Instead, it's been retooled to be approachable for new players, which changes charges. Yeah, I don't use skywriting, but anyway, we'll continue. Let's see. With these changes in place, the distinction between skywriting and steady has diminished greatly, so that it no longer really makes sense to distinguish between the two. As we mentioned earlier, we're unlocking steady flight in all midnight and war within zones. In the future, we will continue to look at how the ability to fly affects our play experiences. Since release of Midnight, we've seen some great discussion about how Midnight hits differently from a ground mount, and we agree. It's fun experiencing quests at a less frenetic pace than that which is enabled through flight and is rewarding to engage with. The world from the ground level. While we don't have any plans to restrict flight access meaningfully in the future, keep the discussions in mind. So, this is how it should have been in the first place. Okay? In Wrath of the Lich King, in Burning Crusade, you had to level up to 70 or 60 70, whatever. And you had to purchase your flight, which wasn't cheap, and you could fly on that one character. And then when you level up another one, you had to do the same thing. I'm pretty sure I'm a little hazy in here nowadays. Um, but that's how it was. Now, to say that I get to max level and I just can't fly and I'm still stuck behind some stupid ass achievement, I'm sorry, makes no sense. It's bullcrap and it shouldn't even be there. Okay? It shouldn't be there. Blizzard needs to go back to either don't let us fly and have to have us run around on the whole continent on a freaking ground mount until we reach max, then allow us to go to the main city, whatever it is. In this case, Wrath of the Lich King was Dalaran. Um, and then you purchase the flying from there, and you can do it. And you should be able to purchase that flying on the one character nowadays, and then have it open for all of the others, alts and things, because they, So I'm sorry, I still will never agree that flying needs to be restricted. I don't want to have to fight through fucking millions of monsters to fight the one that I need. I don't need it. If you want to do that, then you need to put that monster easily accessible so we only have to kill him and not worry about some risk factor. What is there to risk in World of Warcraft? You die, you come back, you have to repair your gear. That's it. And repairing gear only costs gold, okay? Which I have an abundance of, so it's not a problem. You really need to not go and screw players out of how they want to play the game. I want to fly around, I want to mine, I want to fish, and I want to level up that way. If you take that away, I'm not going to be pleased. All right, artistic aid endeavor rewards 8 painting decor pieces. So there's 8 paintings you can get apparently. Um, this month endeavor artistic aid has to. So it was forced. When I opened the endeavor last time for the guild, we only was able to do this one. All right, so you go. I have my deed of patronage. Once you've acquired the deed, you'll be able to purchase all 8 paintings. Each. Ooh, that's like, what is that? 8. So it's 1,500 gold per. So that's like 12K or something for 8 painting. All right, so you can get paintings at this little blue dot here on the map, which you can see right there. Making sure. Cool. All right, Abundance World event is no longer abundant. Let's see, abundance has been nerfed recently and is no longer abundant, making it harder to secure the top tier rewards needed for epic profession tools. Now, let's see, when doing an empowered endeavor, players would get 3, 6, or 9, depending on how much score they accumulated. Players accumulate score by turning in orbs of the shrine, looting artisan nodes, trigger bonus events, and skin mine herb, the global nodes in the encounter area. Okay. So when they first came out, people were running around in a meta group. The nerf. Abundance orbs are now shared amongst players. Abundance orbs despawn quicker. So I just did that last night. I just did 8 abundance runs with 8 shards of dunduns. And I was always able to get 900 of these unalloyed abundances. Cool. All right. Well, that's the news for today. That's what we have. I haven't noticed a ability not to get 900. You know, but when I went into the abundance with like one person in my group, and then there's a bunch of people in there, we were able to get all we needed. Going to the forums now, I did post this question for everybody to see. The question is basically it's yay, I like fishing. 1, allow me to get basically XP when fishing. I don't mean open world XP necessarily, more so give me XP while fishing from a fishing pool. Mining does it. You fish from the mine, it gives it to you. Skinning does not offer XP, but that's because you have to kill the monster in order to skin it. So you get XP. It's tied to fighting, so you get XP. And herbing, you just go and pick the plant and you get XP. They should allow fishermen to go and fish from pools and get XP only from pools. That seems like the good compromise. Number two, for some reason, everybody, Blizzard decided that skinning should be directly tied to fishing. And when I say directly, I mean if you want to get renowned beasts, which you can only get from having this one little lure thing, okay? You can only get it. You can only do that if you can fish up the monster, but you can only get the material you get from the monster, which is the whole point in doing it, if you only have fishing. You cannot get it from any way except fishing and skinning. They're directly linked in this expansion, directly. Scrolling down here, someone talked about botting, and I'm like, I'm not a bot. Mm. Someone says, I don't see fishing being that behind midnight. And I said, oh, right here. Renowned beasts uses skinning and fishing to get. I understand that skinning uses fish as a components to build the lures for renowned beasts and the majestic leather rainbows. However, skinning doesn't provide any benefit to fishing in midnight. All the lures it creates are used on land in this image. You could just sell your fish at the auction house and skinners can buy them, unless you have a link for the legendary fish in midnight that none of the guides mention. Why would you want to lure and kill a skinning beast if you don't previously have skinning? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Um, yeah, the lures, you see, they're saying the lures use the fish to sell. But here's the thing. There's no fishing achievement or requirement to make skinning lures. Lure beasts and skin them. Those lures don't lure fish, they attract beasts to kill and skin. Yes. Okay. Um, so maybe I'm a little bit not understanding. They're just beasts to kill for skinners. So, but so yes, but here's so they're saying that the AH market for gold, a market to sell fish. Yes, the fish itself to make one of the lures is like 200 gold a piece. So, okay, when you get the 8, and it costs 8 of them. So that's like six. That's like 2 grand, or let's just say, for example, I think last time I looked at to get 8 of them was like 1,600, 2 grand. Then you make the lure. Okay, that lure, right? I'm pretty sure the lure you can sell, and the lure is like 15 grand. Okay, 8, 15,000. That's fine. When you skin the monster, if you get that one skinning thing, you're looking at an 80,000 gold item that you put up right then, and it sells, right? Um, so like you can either sell the fish for a low cost, okay, or if you have skinning tied with you, you can actually go get this beast and get 70,000 gold, 80,000 gold, 100,000 gold from the monster that than anything you would ever be able to do if you just sold the fish. Okay. So that's the point. Fishing is directly tied with skinning, more so than I've ever noticed in any other expansion that fishing was ever tied to. I've never heard about a profession being so tied to fishing that basically if you don't have skinning on a fisher this expansion, then you're just doing it wrong. Because you could profit 80 to 90 to 100,000 gold if you had skinning, or you can just sell the fish themselves and make 80, 90 or 100,000 gold and spend 6 hours fishing up the gore guppies, they're called, right, to make the lure, right? It's going to take you 6 hours to get it, or you can skin up only 8 fish, right? Only 8 fish, which only takes up, I think it took me 25, 30 minutes to fit it, maybe like 20 minutes to fish up 8 fish, maybe half an hour. And then you can make the lure, then you can go with the monster, then you can kill it real quick, and then you can skin it. And you've spent a maximum of an hour and a half making that 80, 90, 100,000 gold. Then 6 hours selling just to fish. The point is that it's all a, a cost um, analysis of what you're going to do with your fishing skill. If you don't use the skinning skill, you are going to be less efficient than you would be if you had the skinning skill and could farm up that renowned beast thing. Um, Now again, this guy's talking about the deep dive here. I didn't see that. I'm going to be jumping into that. I will be jumping into that deep dive, depth diver, Jiju, depth diver Jiju. Okay, well, that's it for the news today. As soon as the thing comes back up, I will be going into there and seeing how it works. Hopefully, my guild member friends will be on, and we'll see how it goes. All right, everybody, let me know what you think. Let's keep on with the World of Warcraft news and things and stuff like that, and we will go um, from there. Peace out. I know that I have. By the way, I know that I'm just going to briefly touch on this. I know that I have not streamed in a while. There's a couple of reasons for that, but I do want to get back into streaming my content and such. I didn't want to, honestly, I'm not going to stream for 6 hours a day fishing just to level up to 90 with fishing, because that's all I did. I leveled up from 80 to 90 with just fishing. I didn't do quests, I didn't do delves, I didn't do anything. I did attack a monster here and there because sometimes when you mine, monsters pop out and you kill them and then you can mine them even more and get more stuff. So I did do that, but I didn't level up with anything but mining, really. Okay. And it took me 4 days. And I did not want to, for anybody who does watch my stream or watch my videos, have to sit there and slog through watching me do that. So we'll get into this. We'll get into that more. I may make a little introductionary video of level 90 and what is involved there, but I'll be streaming that on Twitch. But all right, guys, just be good out there. If you want to play with me or the guild, we're the Archaeologist Anonymous Guild on Cenarian Circle. And my main currently is named Husbando. But I'm changing that. I'm going to be making, I have a Horde Hunter that I'm going to be leveling up. And depending on how that goes, that should be changed into my main, I'm hoping. All right. Thanks, guys.